Well, greetings, humble boys, girls, and of course gift animals. How are you today? I'm well. Appreciate you asking. Just got done with a long, toiling day at the paper mill, and I have a bit of consumption in my nose. Very red nose here. I think you might as well call me Rudolph. What are we drinking tonight? Drinking something called Bullet, I believe is how you pronounce it. So says the legend. It has no enunciation marks. There's an extra I in there, I believe. So it may be Bullet, some French. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just a blue-collar man. What are we doing tonight? Well, since we've last been together, Burger King has created what appears to be a spicy chicken sandwich. And it's on their value menu, if you will, for a respectable 2 for $6 deal. So this actually ended up being only $3. I also got a Whopper, which we all know, but that's just in case I just don't like this or what have you. But 2 Whoppers for $6 is great. 2 chicken sandwiches for $6 is great. A little bit of crust right there, just to get a little preview. It's going to be interesting. I got this plain. Generally comes with lettuce, tomato, and mayonnaise, which I'm not a big fan of. But $3. Now, you're probably asking yourself, well, Uncle Carl, you've had a lot of even-numbered priced items, or something that comes out to $4.99. I believe my last review was a victim of such pricing. Found out something today. It doesn't appear that in the godless Yankee land of Ohio that they actually do sales tax on food items. At least not at the Burger King. It's 2 times now that the menu price actually ends up being the final price. So that's an interesting caveat to this state. It's about 8:38 right now. It's a little bit late. Had a long day. I'm a little hungry. So we'll give this a whirl. I am stuffy, as I mentioned earlier, so hopefully I can taste all these magnificent flavors. I failed to mention, I got this plain. I'll tell you why I usually get some of these sandwiches plain. It's because other stuff hides really what it's about. So if you get something with a whole bunch of junk on it, I mean, this was kind of tried and true. I'm just not a big fan of mayonnaise. Tomato, not really a big fan of. Lettuce, give or take. But this was plain Jane to begin with, essentially. But it needs to hold its own. It really does. Because if you hide poor flavor with sauces or other junk on there. Now, if the sauce is key, obviously, that's a whole nother caveat. But for the most part, I try to get things as plain as possible to judge the character of the main meat item, or sometimes not meat. Is this upside down or right side up? The scholars will debate. Could be an optical illusion of the camera. I'll let you decide if it's right or wrong. But does that look wrong? I think not. Let's talk about the sandwich. It does have a heavy spice flavor. Um, One thing I would say is that the standard bear for all spicy chicken sandwiches is likely, in my case, going to be the Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich. Why? Well, it's essentially their regular chicken sandwich, you know, but in a better breading or spicier breading, and it's succulent, it's juicy, it's flavorful. It has a lot of different kind of flavors coming in at once, and it's not overpowering. Then you have Wendy's, which is also a pretty good spiced chicken sandwich, and one of the originals, actually. One of the only players in the game for one point. And that has a lot of slow burning almost. It's not really ripe on the tongue about how it's going to be spicy. This one is more immediate burn, whereas compared to Wendy's, it slowly burns up, kind of has the back of the throat sort of feel. This one immediately almost kind of burns you, and it's not a bad thing. I will say, however, it's not as juicy as Wendy's, it's not as juicy as Chick-fil-A. A little overcooked. Crispier than both sandwiches. Both other sandwiches are a little bit juicier, more flavorful in the chicken department. This is crispier, you know, and it kind of sells that, and it's also a little bit overcooked, it appears, in this case. So tougher, but it also is more, bam, you know, there's your spiciness. So it's just different. It's a great sandwich though. Well, great. I don't know. The chicken isn't great. The flavor, on the other hand, even with my consumption off these oak trees or whatever wild flora is out here that's causing my nasal congestion, is pretty, I don't know, it's pretty pungent on the tongue, which is good, given the fact that I can't smell or taste much at the moment. So I imagine that out of all the three, this is the spiciest, but the chicken quality is likely the worst. It's crispier, but does that really mean anything? It depends. I mean, you want somewhat of a crispy exterior on a crispy chicken sandwich, but it doesn't matter if the chicken's meh. So it's a good sandwich, great flavor. I don't know if they overcooked just this one or if it's just kind of a stylistic design to make it a little bit tougher. But the flavor's there. Flavor's more immediate than both the spicy chicken sandwich from Wendy's or the number 3 at Chick-fil-A. So, not a bad little sandwich. Somewhat impressed, but not totally impressed. But the price is right, that's for sure. Especially for 2 for $6, and it'll fill me up, and I'll be all right. Be all right. So, what are we going to rate all this? Well, given all the, I guess, considerations, if you will, we're going to have to go give this I'd say a solid and respectable 6.782. 3. Yeah, and it doesn't reach that 7 plateau, but it's not bad. It's pretty good. Definitely worth a whirl, especially on this meal deal they have. Be prepared to chew a little bit more. So as I masticate this last bite, I hope all is well, and hope all the boys, girls, and gifted animals out there in Radio Land are doing well. So God bless. Hope to see you again. As always, you take care. Till next time.